All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Simply Cyber Live. It is March 7th, 2024. We got an interesting episode for you here on Simply Cyber Live. Typically in the Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time slot, I am bringing you industry experts on as guests for them to share their experience, their knowledge, whether it's an API security, offensive security professional, or it's one of the best SOC analysts in the land with somebody like Eric Capuano, or whether it's industry from the vendor side to talk about, industry developments and tech trends and AI and all those things. But this week, I wanted to keep it a little bit easier, a little bit chill. I am your guest this week on Simply Cyber Live. Now, I might play a host and a facilitator on TV, but I actually am a cybersecurity professional, forged in the fires of Mordor. Um, so I wanted to bring my attention on Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Briefing, a podcast we do every single weekday morning, delivering the top cyber news of the day. At the end of it, we do a 30-minute session of Ask Me Anything, or AMA, it's commonly known as, called Jaw Jacking. And that's been really, really a lot of fun and really, really exciting, but it's often quick fire questions, quick fire answers, moving on to the next one and going on. Because of that, I wanted an opportunity to go ahead and go a little bit deeper. So today, get your questions ready. I'm really, really pumped to answer all of them, but I'm also, wildly open to sharing my screen and doing, if we want to go a little bit deeper, open, PowerShell, or open a script editor, or open a tab and dig into some content, or look at the some of the videos, or some of the, say there's a resource. Like I just recently released a pivot kit, and there's a ton of resources in there. And I actually go into deep detail on the context of how you use those resources, instead of just clicking on a link, being presented with something that looks interesting, and then be like, now what do I do? So if you want, we can bring up resources and I can dig into that. We are just having a good old time, a good old knowledge share. I do have the soundboard on full effect, so get ready for all that. I do want to say what's up before we get into the thick of it to my good friends, all of you, the Simply Cyber community. I see a good 48, 50 of you. Marcus G, I'm feeling it is a little Dr. Auger today, maybe a little Dr. Jerry guy as we get a little bit further in. My man Nick Barker's in the house. Rhonda Rummerfield, from the Low Country. Space Taco saying some really, really kind things I saw on the Slay Security Plus broadcast about how impactful the GRC Analyst Master class was for her. Space Tacos, I knew that you had busted in. I had no idea of the impact that class had on your career journey, and I'm absolutely grateful for the opportunity to have been part of that experience. We may PowerShell some stuff. So let me tell you why I said PowerShell. And really quick, Amadou Ba, Blue Badging in there, Security Steve, DJ BSEC getting all in here. I see you guys. So earlier today, I actually had a call with ACI Learning, and we were talking about some projects we could do and everything. And they were like, why don't you go into the platform, right? The training's good. And I said, yeah, the training is good. And they said, well, why don't you go on the platform and see if there's something that you want to learn? I mean, I said, I don't really have time, but let me go look. And, I locked right in. Hold on. We need some background music, Casually Joseph is saying. Let me do that. Let's see how this sounds. Okay, let's go. Oh, yeah. You know what time it is. It's 4:30. It's after hours. It's after dark. It's office hours after dark. Thank you very much. So let me know if this music works for you, and we'll go with that. I will say DJ BSEC's music this morning on the Jaw Jacking was absolutely lit. I loved that. So let me know if the music volume is at a good volume, and I'll go ahead and adjust that. All right, so let's go. What is everyone feeling about? Okay, is the Kenny G too strong? You guys want something a little bit more edgy? Is that it? BSEC, drop me a Stream Beats playlist, and we can get into it, okay? Nick Barker, you're too kind. Good to see you, Matt McDaniel, up in Texarkana. Anyways, with the ACI Learning, I actually jumped into a fundamentals of PowerShell. So I don't know about you guys, but I have made it this long in my life. without knowing or without really being good at PowerShell, right? I fake it. Like, I'm like, I can kind of do this. But anytime I use it, I have to like literally look up all the commands. I get all of them wrong. The modules aren't imported correctly. All right. DJ BSEC has dropped a playlist on me. So anyways, I went into ACI Learning to learn some more PowerShell and get good at PowerShell. So that's kind of what my little personal development is right now. If you guys do drop questions in chat, I will absolutely answer your questions. So Florin Capote says, is there a pay what you can available for the GRC Masterclass? Yes, there is, Florin. If you go to the academy.simplycyber.io and go to like the sales page, basically, of the GRC Analyst Masterclass, you should see a pay installment monthly thing. It's like, I didn't set it up. It's like something the Teachable platform offers. Tony Parrish, you are crushing it with office hours. Thanks, my man. We're just getting started, bro. But I love it. Thank you. So Florin Capote, do me a favor. Go check it out. And I'm going to be here for the next hour. So don't be shy. Jump back in chat and let me know. Do they still play Kenny G in Chinese factories? I didn't know they did that. 01J Justice saying, starting his transition into cyber and excited to learn the podcast. Hey, let me share this with you really quickly since we're doing this. Okay, let's do this. Who said that? 01J Justice, our first person of the day. Check this out, 01J Justice. So let me bring up my little screen here. So let's do this. If you go 01J Justice, if you go to simplycyber.io/book, BOOK, you'll get this. I wrote this. It's like 15-page document, and it basically spells out the steps. Step 1 is like get fundamentals, like operating system, networking stuff. Step 2, go build a LinkedIn profile. I know that sounds kind of silly for step 2, but believe me, networking is wicked important, and you're going to love it, okay? Step 3 is figuring out what job you want in industry, right? Because like I think step 3 is learning fundamentals. Step 4 is figuring out the job you want. Anyways, it's all spelled out in here. I wrote it. It's absolutely free. Now, because of this, I actually wrote another thing that is super valuable. This just came out this week. So if you've been using it, let me know. But this right here, this landing page will take you, and it'll basically have you download. Oh my gosh. It'll basically have you download this document. Now, when I say, figure out, like, get some fundamentals. Okay, Jerry, like, thanks for that. How do I get fundamentals, you donkey? Like, that's not actionable. That's just you, like, spitting stuff. Okay, so let me tell you what I did. I went a little bit further. Bro, I don't like these layouts, son. Okay, so I went a little bit further, and I went and defined these things. So, like, here's how you can get security fundamentals. Here are the resources, 01J Justice. And then on top of that, I made a little video stepping through each resource and how you could actually, like, gain specific value from each of those resources. So these videos, they're only in the document, but 01J Justice, go check those out. That's, I know you said you're just getting into the industry. I'm telling you, I wish someone had told me all these things when I got into the industry. I'm out here trying to save people about a year and a half of backbreaking work of like going down the wrong paths, right? I like to think myself kind of as like someone who's already gone down the trail and come back a few times, and like you're standing there with your brand new, like not broken in boots and like your wicked awesome new backpack, and you're like, I'm gonna do it. I'm like, all right, bro, but just watch out. There's some like gnarly roots around the corner, and then there's a potential for some snakes over by that one bush, so you don't want to go over there. And then there's going to be this path that looks wicked easy to go up, but it's all like loose rock and like, you're going to basically get a little bit up and then stumble down and skin your knee and stuff. So you don't want to go that route. Like, that's what I'm trying to do with that, those resources for real. Okay. Let me see. I do want to answer questions as they come up. Hey, let me ask you guys in chat. Would it be useful if I brought the questions up on screen too? Because I can certainly do that. You guys are talking about goat cheese for some reason? Okay. Let's see. DJ Bisek is very good. I agree. Let's see. Marcus Kyler's in the house, everybody. Marcus Kyler, your digital pastor. Okay, let's see. I'm just going through here. Looking at questions. All right, Kev in IT25 says, does the Microsoft Security Architect certification carry any weight? Well, I will tell you, let's do that research right now, okay? So I have not personally hired or looked for anyone with that certification. Now, having said that, I have, I would say like only the last 5 or 6 years of my career, maybe 7 years, was like when Azure was popping and coming up. And even then, the spaces I was working in, IT was over cloud and security would interface with IT around like provisioning and, oh my God, it's been a minute, but you can kind of like not compartmentalize tenants, but essentially compartmentalize tenants the way things spin up and who has access to what. So, but we weren't hiring for that. So, and I haven't been looking for jobs like that. So let me show you what I would do, Kev in IT25, to figure this out. Okay. So first let's look at this. Microsoft Security Architect. And BSEC, can you just chime in on mod chat on the volume of the music, please? Since you're always so dialed in. All right, so Microsoft Cybersecurity Architect Certification. Here we go, SC100. So this looks like an entry-level cert, by the way. Here, let me... Okay, as a Microsoft Security Architect, you translate strategy into capabilities that protect the assets, ops of an org. You design and guide the implementation of security solutions that follows your... All right, so this seems more like security solutions and less helping IT secure their stuff, if I'm reading it correctly. All right, so I mean, this is totally on brand. This looks like a reasonable aligned to industry cert if you're going to go work in an Azure environment. So the next thing I would do is like literally, what is the cert that you get? Is it the Microsoft Cybersecurity Architect certification? Is that what they call it? Or do they call it the SC200 or SC100? All right. So this is what I would do. Jobs. Right? Go to Indeed. Microsoft Cybersecurity Architect. You don't need the word security twice, right? And then search it. This is exactly what I would do, Kevin. Like if I was thinking, hey, am I going to spend 3 months working on this cert? This is what I would do. Why are you working on the cert? Is it to get a job? You know what I mean? Like if it is to get a job, then you got to like go to the, like basically run down the track to the finish line, take a look at the finish line, see what it looks like, then go back to the starting gate and decide if you want to run the race. That's what I would do. So like, look at this, the security assurance architect. I got a mic boom in my face here. Let's look at it. Oh my God, this website, bro. This is with Microsoft, 140 to 256K. Not bad. 7 years working as an InfoSec professional, so definitely not entry level. Although they do say basically a technical bachelor's degree is equivalent or equivalent experience. You see that right there? So Microsoft's gotten hip to the game. So you don't have to have exactly 7 years of experience or a bachelor's degree. If you can make a compelling argument for what equivalent experience is, that could work. Now, I want to see what I don't see in here where it says that certification's required. Yeah, see, I'm searching for the word certification and it's not coming up, which tells me, that's the first piece of evidence that is not necessarily a required certification, right? Cloud security solution architect. Let's go. Let's look for the word certification. All right, so now this one says technical cert in Azure. So this one says a technical cloud cert, okay? So this is one where you could make that case that it is reasonable. Then you got to look at the other things. 4 years of experience, 4 years of experience on technical projects, or a master's degree, okay? So this is how I would do it, okay? You guys tell me. Maybe that was too small for you guys to see it, but basically what I would say is, like, if you go get this cert, it's not going to hurt, okay? If you go get the knowledge associated with the cert, you can do that for free. 160 or 170 bucks for the cert is not really that expensive if you look across the ecosystem of certifications and the price points there. So it doesn't hurt, but I'm not seeing any jobs where that's like a key requirement. But Kevin IT, you'd have to do, like, this is where the work comes in. You've got to do the work. You've got to go find 25 job postings and look at what they're asking for and see, okay, like, this has value or this doesn't have value. Okay. Hopefully that helps you. And again, we're doing AMA jaw jacking, basically answering your questions in a little bit deeper detail than we normally do in the morning jaw jacking. Cybersecurity career questions, career or industry questions. Okay. Boom. Now we got this little thing going. All right. Hold on. I got to put my name in here, or else you guys won't know who I am. People will show up and be like, what's this dude? What's this dude's deal? All right. Give me a second. I'm doing a Chiron live. All right. Mod chat. It's hard to look at mod chat. So, all right. Okay, here we go. Next question's coming in. I do see one question that I do want to answer, but I'm going to scroll down here. Nick Barker. I love Nick Barker. I wish I could make Nick Barker into a plushie and then make that the official mascot of Simply Cyber. Hopefully that doesn't make you uncomfortable, Nick. All right. Is the Google Cyber Cert worth doing? Okay, so same thing, DR. The cert does have good education. I have a video for that. Give me 1 second. I think Google, hold on 1 second. Google certification review, Auger. I got a video for that. Okay, right here. Let me pull this up for you. I got a video for that, right? And it's right here. And I'll link it below. But if I'm not mistaken, my final review, says, I think you get like a week, 7 days of free access to the course content beneath it. And then you have to start paying something like $50 a month or something like that. So I might be getting this confused with another one, but I think this is the one. So it is good content, right? It's not terrible, but there is better content out there. Personally, I thought this was it's not terrible, right? It just feels a little sterilized. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it felt a little less engaging. It has all of the elements in it, and it will give you an introductory to IT and to cybersecurity. And it is worth your time, but I don't know if getting the certificate is necessarily going to be a game changer from a marketing of yourself perspective. Now, having said that, and let me drop a link to this in chat real quick. Having said that, two things. One, if you're kind of weak on IT, maybe you're pivoting in from a non-IT industry, doing this type of training does add value. It's going to take time, but it does add value as far as exposure, hearing terminology, seeing concepts, etc. I don't think they have any labs in it, though, so that you're going to kind of miss that practical hands-on piece, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a minute since I've seen this one. And then, if money's tight, you don't want to get hit with an extra fee or something because you're like taking your time to absorb the knowledge. I would say something that I always say. I mean, heck, I have courses that cost money in my school, And I will tell you, do the free stuff first. There's lots of great free resources out there. It's only when you want like curated content and that like time is important to you and you're trying to get things done in a very timely manner, that's when you start paying for it. All right. Continuing to check out. I'm scrolling through chat right now. Let's see. You guys are great. Marcus Kyler, love him. Cyber Hamburglar, I had a call with him the other day. Don't forget Jesse Johnson and the Slay Security Plus are throwing down later today. If you guys don't know, Jesse Johnson and the Slay Security Plus team, he is doing really interesting stuff. So let me show you his YouTube channel. This is his YouTube channel, and what he's doing is every Thursday and Monday, but Thursdays for sure tonight, he like has like a cool like little kickoff and like talks to people, kind of like, you know, you're gonna have a meeting and he's saying hi and like just chilling and connecting with everybody, like community. And then he does like an interactive live like Security Plus quiz show essentially, and you're engaging with others. It's very interactive. Like we should do something like that on the show. Maybe we could do something right now. Is there like a Kahoot or something we could do together? Like an interactive game would be really fun for sure. So go check out Slay Security Plus. You can see I'm proudly subscribed to this channel. Also very happy to be a sponsor of the channel. So go check that out. Okay, so we got a super chat coming in from my man. Let me pull this up on screen so we can. Sam Fisher, super chat. Thanks for the super chat.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Can I get a quick take on the GAC GSEC and GAC GFACT? I'm planning on earning both by the end of the year. I have Sec Plus and CCNA. Thanks. Hashtag Team SC. Thanks for the super chat. And thanks for the question. All right. So first of all, GAC, if you're not familiar, GAC, I don't even know what that acronym stands for, honestly, but Global Information Assurance Certification, but it's basically SANS certifications. SANS is really well known. They were one of the early adopters of like online cybersecurity education. Their courses are really expensive, especially compared to others in the industry. Oftentimes, people who go to SANS training have their employers pay like $7,000 to $10,000 per course. Now, having said that, one of the reasons SANS can charge so much is because they literally have some of the best and brightest in our industry teaching the classes. John Strand, for example, used to be a SANS instructor. Neil Bridges, SANS instructor. Mick Douglas, Eric Capuano, Don Weber. Like there's tons and tons of like super talented individuals. Jessica Hyde on the digital forensics side. So you're paying for what you get. I will say that the GSEC and GFACT, I cannot speak to them specifically, but I will say, I think the GAC GSEC is that's their basic one, right? So security essentials. So I think you will get value from it. I do not know how much value the GAC GSEC is over the Sec Plus. Now, the quality of the education is going to be insurmountably better. Okay, you're going to a SANS training, whereas Sec Plus, you're probably reading a book or doing some like James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet with the GAC acronym.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Hey, James McQuiggan, great to see you. Now the GAC. So, anyways, if it was my money, right? I'll just put it this way, and then I'll move on. Sam Fisher, if I was spending my money out of my pocket to get a cert from SANS, GSEC and GFACT is foundational cybersecurity technologies. Okay, both sound like fundamental trainings, which is fine. That's good. You're going to get a lot of education. But I would do what I just showed you with the Microsoft Azure Cert one and go look up what jobs are asking for GAC GSEC and GAC GFACT. Those certs are, that you're potentially talking $14,000 to $15,000 worth of education, which if you're trying to make, your return on investment high, there's a lot of other ways to spend 15 grand on training. So those are my answers to that. I think SANS has wonderful training. They have great instructors. I don't know the market value of GSEC and GFAC. You'd have to do that exercise I showed you. Thanks, Sam, for asking. James McQuiggan with a super chat. Good to see you, Jerry. Missing everyone. Been on the road at 35,000 feet. No kidding. You certainly have been, my friend. So Taekwon Gong says, are cyber companies actually hiring or are the jobs fake? I assure you, Taekwon Gong, they are not posting jobs for the sake of posting it. Like, think about this, all right? Taekwon, I'm a company. If I'm going to put a job posting in, I have to have HR go through the trouble of writing it, probably talking to the manager. That takes time. That takes money. Posting it. They're not just posting it to one site. They're posting it to like 25, 30 sites. Maybe they have a recruiter involved. There's coordination. There's discussion. They are getting applications in. What incentive would they have to post fake jobs? You know what I mean? Like, there's no incentive. And if they were posting them without the intent of hiring anyone, then they're wasting people's time. And I got to tell you, in America, at least, cash is money, cash is king, and businesses are into cutting down expenses and raising profits. And having fake HR work is definitely not aligned to that. Ann Carminer says that the GFAC has Python and Linux labs. That's fantastic. Very cool. I definitely appreciate that. I will say, what was it recently? I think it is the, oh my God, what one is it? There's one I just did recently. It was like an entry-level one, training. Oh my God, which one was it? It had Python labs and Linux labs. I did a review on it. This is like the first time I literally have a video for that, and I don't even remember what the video is. Does anybody remember that? There's like a popular training going around, and there's Python labs and Linux labs in it, and I liked that. I can call you Annie. All right, Annie. Thank you. All right. Whatever it is, there's definitely another one that's much more reasonably priced that has Linux and Python labs. Jason Summer says, I'm looking for my first cyber job. Awesome, Jason. And I have a few years of JavaScript, full web dev, learning projects, deployed web apps. How much should I display those skills? Okay, so here's what I would say to that, Jason. If you're looking to get like a DevSecOps job, that could be really useful. Obviously, if you're looking to do, web application security on the defensive side, when we say web app sec, a lot of times people go to like pen testing, bug bounties, those type of things. But if you could highlight those skills that you have that align to that role, that could be huge. I would caution you. Because okay, here's the deal. I'm hiring for a DevSecOps position, right? I look at your resume, Jason. If you have positioned your resume as a web developer who's applying for a cyber job, that hits differently than if you've called out and really featured the security related things that you've done as a web developer and how those skills translate into delivering security capabilities for me. Yeah, I hope that understands. Like, sometimes I see it, and I totally get it. I see it on resumes where people are like really, really proud of something, right? Like, oh, like I PM'd a $35 million project, right? I mean, that's amazing. That's awesome. You've definitely got great PM skills. But like, you're applying for a SOC analyst job, right? And maybe 35 million is a little hyperbolic, but my point is, I even saw one resume where it was like, I was the project manager on a initiative where we were like changing out the wings on a plane. It had something to do with like airline maintenance or something like that. And it was like a highlighted feature on the resume. And I told him, I'm like, dude, this is impressive, but it doesn't hit for a cyber job. Like, and I hate to be so raw and blunt about it, but the reality is when you read that on a resume, you're like, oh, that's interesting. And then you just like, it just flies away out of your brain and you go to the next one. Because what you're looking for is, how can this resume, which represents a person, how can this person help me take care of the work I have? And changing the wings on a plane, while interesting, doesn't help me, so I don't commit it to memory. And I'm like scanning and consuming this. So anyways, all that is a long way to say, Jason, that I would definitely keep that content in there because it is technical and it is interesting and there is a market for it, but don't be shy about featuring it. I do want to point out, excuse me, I do have a resource for you, Jason. I have a video for that. Get the shirts made. I need a shirt that says I got a video for that. All right. Get a video. Here, let me show it to you. Jason. Playlist, not the. Okay, here we go. Check this out. Sorry, I'm emceeing and doing the work myself. So this is a playlist about using ChatGPT to basically destroy the job process. But what I want to call your resume to, Jason, is this video right here. Okay. Oh my God, what is that? I want to call your attention to this video right here, okay? What I do in this video is show you how you can take your own resume and a job posting and have ChatGPT basically rewrite your resume specific to that job, okay? So when I said earlier that, when I said earlier, Jason, make sure that you're highlighting the features of your resume for a certain job. Don't even sweat extracting that information for yourself. Let ChatGPT do it. Now, remember, anything you stick in ChatGPT is considered public at that point, so don't put your home address or your phone number or anything like that. But, dude, you can just find an ideal position that's exciting to you, copy and paste it into ChatGPT, copy and paste your resume into ChatGPT, and be like, hey, ChatGPT, I want you to rewrite my resume or give me some solid tips, but really rewrite my resume for this job and make it hyper effective. Keywords, keyword stuffing in case they use automatic tracking systems, which a computer reads your resume before a human ever sees it. And you could have ChatGPT absolutely make your resume bomb for any particular job. All right, Jason, thanks so much. Kevin IT dropping a super chat. Let me scroll down to that. Did I already answer this? Oh, I did. Okay. Sorry, there's so much coming in. I can't manage the chat and I'm missing questions now because there's so much coming in here. Where's the super chat? Kevin IT dropping a 5 spot. Thanks for the Abe Lincoln. Just want to say thank you. The content you put out has helped me not only succeed in my career, but it has kept me motivated to always keep learning.
We just become best friends.
Yes, sir. All right. Hey, really quick. I'm going to pause the music for effect. One thing that you got to understand if you're going to work in cybersecurity is you have to be a lifelong learner. Okay. We can have a lot of fun doing it. We can share resources, but it is kind of an axiomatic fact that you need to stay current. You need to keep learning. Things change so quickly. Threat actors pivot so quickly. Technologies advance so quickly. You have to keep learning. Okay. It's not for someone who's just looking to punch in and punch out and, it's fine. There's other jobs that you can do, but just so you know, and I'm glad that we're motivating you here, Kevin IT, to stay engaged and on it. That's why we have a community to share with each other. I saw another super chat. My man Nerman coming in with the 5 spot. Thanks, Nerman.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Dr. Auger, are you planning on developing some other cybersecurity advanced courses besides Cyber 101? Oh, thanks for asking. So check it out. By the way, Nerman, I love the badge, orange badging. All right, so check it out. If you didn't know, I'm, hold on. I'm the creator of Simply Cyber Academy, or whatever I'm going to call it. It's probably going to change. I don't know. But anyways, I have 2 courses there right now, okay? There's Cyber 101, and this is like a full 15-week college course. These courses are like 2 wildly different. And then I have the GRC Analyst Masterclass, okay? And this one's the one that's amazing. I mean, I think Cyber 101 is amazing too, but the GRC Analyst Masterclass, Space Tacos herself just recently shared online that she took that class and within 4 weeks got a job. Okay, I cannot promise you a job for my course. I promise you that you will learn a lot and it is completely applicable to real life and the skills you'll be asked to do, but I cannot in any way guarantee a job. but I will tell you it's a super sick course. Why can't I turn my... Okay, one other thing I want to tell you. So to Nerman's question, am I planning anything? Get ready for this. I should make a graphic for this, okay? But I haven't. When I am done with my school, and this is my vision for the school, so I'm not trying to go ham and have like every single career path. Like, I'm not trying to do that. You will not come to Simply Cyber Academy to become a pen tester. You won't come here to become a SOC analyst. What you will come here to do is become an amazing, powerful GRC professional. So to your question, Nerman, what's going to happen is I'm making the entire career path. So you could start with nothing, no background, right? You're a mechanic, right? You work in automotive and you're a mechanic and you're like, oh man, my knuckles, I'm sick of cutting them. Like, let's go. You could come to my school and do Cyber 101 that gives you everything you need to know as far as like, you know, like Sec Plus, like it's like an inch deep, a mile wide across the industry. Now you're prepared to really dig in. Then you would do the Cyber Analyst Masterclass, which is basically everything you need to know to be an entry-level GRC analyst. After that, the course I'm going to be building in the fall is going to be called the Enterprise Risk Assessment, the Apprenticeship. And essentially what that's going to be is I have organized with a business to do an enterprise risk assessment, and I'm going to have a camera crew follow me, which I know sounds crazy, but the camera crew is basically going to be you, the student. I'm going to be talking to the camera as if I'm talking to you. And it's going to be like, section 1, like lecture 1, what's an enterprise risk assessment? Okay, lecture 2, like how do you get an enterprise risk assessment engagement, right? And sometimes it could be in-house, but we're going to do the client engagement one. I'm going to explain that in a lecture. Then it's going to drop into a real life video. And I'm like, hey, what's up, student? Like, we just got, I just talked to a business owner at a meeting and he's interested in our services. I'm going to go ahead and pitch him on an enterprise risk assessment. Here is the email I'm going to write them, show the email, explain why I'm writing what I'm writing in the email, send the email to him and to you, and then get the response back. Like, the business has agreed to fully go through the simulation with me. So when I'm done, not only will you know exactly what an enterprise risk assessment is, but you will, as close as I possibly could make it, have gone through an enterprise risk assessment as a practitioner. When I'm done with that class, I will be doing an information security awareness course, which a lot of people roll their eyes and like, information assurance. Bro, awareness. If you do information awareness correctly, if you take information awareness, if you do it well, you can seriously reduce risk. So I'm going to do a whole course on how to do that. Then I'm going to have a course on a vulnerability management analyst, which is kind of like a cousin to GRC. It's in the same house, but it's like living in a different room. I'll do a whole course on that. And then if you really want to go for the crown, if you want to reach the mountaintop, there's going to be a how to be a CISO course, and I haven't figured out or thought through what that dynamic looks like. But that's the plan for Simply Cyber Academy. You will have everything that you need to straight crush it as a cybersecurity GRC analyst practitioner. Great question, Nerman. Thanks for the super chat. Let me keep digging through the. Yeah, isn't Abe Lincoln on the $5 bill? Am I not mistaken? I know you guys are moving so quick. Hey, Medicus Blog, while you're in chat, how has the Simply Cyber Community Challenge helped you? I'm curious. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I think Cigar has the baton, M. Siraji. Dr. Auger, can we please put the silver play button up behind you for street cred? Yeah, Nick Barker, there's nowhere to put the silver play button right now. This wall is going to have French cleating, and I'm going to have shelves there. But right now, I could put it here. This is my Ph.D. I thought that was kind of cool to have there. But I guess I could put the silver play button right here. Would that be okay? I guess. I don't know. Those are built-ins. I can't put a play button there. There's a TV. I don't know. Nick Barker throwing shade. I know you're not throwing shade, for real. All right, let me go. It's a White dropping a testimonial. Thank you, It's a White. I think the GRC Analyst Masterclass is super dope. Can I just share with you guys that when I did the GRC Analyst Masterclass, I was terrified that it was going to be ill received because of the filming quality, the rawness of it. Wasim says, what if people are unemployed as many people's budgets are stretched? Yeah, Wasim, definitely. There's a ton of free stuff out there, my friend. That, like, dude, like, at a minimum, Wasim, like, jump into oh my God. Like, jump into this right here. I'll drop this. Go to simplycyber.io/pivot. Simplycyber.io/pivot, Wasim. And then go into here. Like, this is tons of free content. Also, while we're here talking, if you want free, man, go to antisyphontraining.com. They have pay what you can training. Literally all of this training you can take for $0. John Strand is teaching this class on March 18th. John Strand was a SANS instructor, as we just elicited earlier. People used to spend $8,000 to hear John Strand teach. You can do it for $0. You just got to make the commitment and the time. This class would be awesome, Wasim. I'll drop a link in chat for those who can take advantage of it. Tell them Simply Cyber sent you. I love like rating John Strand's stuff. Nerman with another super chat. Already completed GRC analyst and taken Cyber 101. I love it, Nerman. Thanks for the support. And like, just so you know, Nerman, I actually sent in, I've got a ticket in with the engineering team at Try Hack Me around that SSH issue. All right. Cigar, drop a link. Hey, Lazaro Rivera. Another success story breaking into the industry. Chris Cahill, this nerd Kardashian over here. Please don't call me a Kardashian. I don't get the Kardashians. I don't understand what utility they serve. Like, I don't get what their talent is or why they're why they're popular. I don't get it. It's like, yeah. Gil Zilberstein, to be a CISO, you need experience. Yes. Yes, definitely. I mean, it's the senior role responsible for the strategy of an information security office. You have to know what you're doing to set direction for sure. No one's going to and CISO is absolutely not an entry-level position. It's a busy year. It's busy. I'm actually starting to turn down work. Is kind of crazy. Hey, so check it out. LinkedIn blew up Medicus blog. Never seen such love from a community. Feed is full of cyber loveliness. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. I don't think I convey it well enough in the mornings, but the Simply Cyber Community Challenge is a game changer for so many practitioners, blowing up your network. I was talking to Cyber Hamburglar on Tuesday, and he said he was an automotive mechanic, and his feed was all automotive stuff. And he went and did the community challenge, and overnight, his LinkedIn feed, the algorithm stopped feeding him automotive stuff and started feeding him cyber stuff. Super dope. All right. Nick Barker, testimonial, took a class from John Strand at Wild West Hackin' Fest, changed his life. Hell yeah. Or sorry, Kennedy. Heck yeah. Completely new. I'm just pulling this up without even reading it at first. Completely new, started a lab, but so new trying to understand how to isolate the lab. Ooh, yeah, Alan Escobar. What I would say is if you're so new that you're having trouble kind of like configuring the hypervisor, which is like the software that you put the machine images in so you can open them up and talk to each other, then maybe start with an easier lab or maybe a cloud-based lab. Also what I would say, Alan Escobar, really quick, okay? I'm making some assumptions here, but like you don't really need to isolate the lab from other resources unless you're messing with malware. And if you're messing with malware, you really need to be careful, okay? I'm not trying to scare you or whatever, but like just malware is legit. I mean, it's what we're trying to stop from happening on the regular. And we, as malware analysts, will actively choose to detonate it on our boxes. So be really careful with that. I would say maybe go to any.run and drop malware there and look at it there. Maybe stand up. You can get AWS, Amazon Web Services free tiers. You can create some boxes in AWS that has absolutely zero connection to anything and detonate malware there. Again, I don't know if that's what you're doing is detonating malware, but like if you're not detonating malware, then isolation of the lab isn't necessarily super important. Bridget B, you're welcome. Glad you enjoy the cheat sheet. I don't even know, Bridget, if it qualifies as a cheat sheet. Like originally I thought it started as a cheat sheet, but it evolved into something much more, but I kind of kept the name of it. Marcus G. Oh, by the way, I'm just pulling these on stage now completely blind. So please don't write anything naughty in chat because I'm not even looking anymore. I'm just throwing them up here because we're off and running. When asked in an interview how long you keep up date with current events, besides Simply Cyber, would you mention that you use the dark web to study, read forums as another source? Some get nervous about it. Oof. Yeah, that's a good question, man. So here's what I would say to you, Marcus. When you say that you're going on the dark web, like now I'm not nervous about it, but it begins to bring into question, like, are you a gray hat, right? Are you someone who might be a danger to my organization? So I just thought about it for a hot minute. Here's what I would do, Marcus. If someone said, how do you stay current? Simply Cyber's daily cyber threat briefing, high five. Now you might also say, in order to get real raw intel, some things I do, I have cultivated a sock puppet account, and I'll connect to the Onion router, like kind of give some details of why you're doing it and explain the precautions that you've taken before you get to deliver, that you have read or you have access to some dark web forums where you're monitoring for intel purposes. And then you could even say, if you want to be like fancy pants about it, okay? If you want to be fancy pants about it, I'm pulling a resource up. So this is Flare. This is Flare.io. I'm about to start doing work with Flare. Flare is awesome. I have access to this tool, Flare. Nobody can just get access to it. You have to be vetted. But what this tool is phenomenal, okay? But what this tool is, this tool basically curates and makes searchable tons of dark web intel, right? So what you're saying you do to stay current, like you can use this tool to effectively do, which is really, really nice. So what I would say is start off, like make it like a crap sandwich, basically. If you're going to have to take a bite, you might as well have good bread on either side so it's a more pleasant experience. So start off with the precautions that you take and why. Well, the precautions that you take and that you do go to some dark web forms such as X because the value is Y. And then you could say, and it's really no different than some of the threat intel feeds that you would find at Flare.io. It's just I can't get access to Flare.io in order to pull those feeds. So I found this to be a cost-effective, innovative way to circumvent that constraint. Boom! Mic drop. Now you've not only... Hold on, let me make myself full screen, okay? By the way, I'm just coming up with this on the fly, so please bear with me if it's ridiculous. But not only are you now explaining a different source that you've done, but you've just explained to me that you understand dark web protocols, you understand good cyber hygiene when accessing higher risk sources, you understand the value of that threat intelligence and how you can use it in a useful way to drive cyber risk reduction, and you're mindful of a modern tool that only enterprises would have access to, that an individual looking to get in would not have access to, and how you've been proactive and innovative to find a solution to your problem, i.e. you don't have access to this solution. Throw a ninja smoke grenade but then don't run away. Just like let the smoke clear and be like, I'm still here. Like, I think that could be useful if you wanted to do that, okay? It's like turning a negative into a positive. All right, so what's it like being a Kardashian, Nick Barker? I'm going to have to start screening these before I pull them on stage. Nick Barker. Let's see. The Kardashians. Do you think that SOC is a good place to start after working in tech support, or should I be looking in different field? No, man. Get in there, Ryan Scott. SOC analyst is a viable entry-level job. If you're already doing tech support, you have IT chops. You can go work for some larger firms like Arctic Wolf or Expel or any other like massive MSP, because they're going to have a career progression plan, because they're grinding through people, because they'll pay lower wages, but they have basically a feeder system where they take in raw talent, get them trained in the ways of their company, promote them, and then when you burn out, they replace you with younger, or you go search a higher paying job. But dude, no, SOC analyst, get in there. By the way, Ryan Scott, if you want some guidance on how to take SOC analyst training to the next level, I have a video for that. Let me just do this. I love saying I have a video for that. Like literally, it's like my favorite thing. All right, so SOC analyst explained, Ryan Scott. If you're just interested, this is a playlist. I'm going to drop it in chat right here. What's this? Was it Ryan Scott? SOC analyst. Go ahead and follow this, dude. You'll be set set up for a SOC analyst role. Notably, there is a you want to be a SOC analyst blog post that Eric Capuano. Eric Capuano is a phenomenally well-respected, amazing cybersecurity practitioner and person. Eric is awesome. I'll drop a link to this. But anyways, this is a six-part series from a literal SANS instructor. Oh my God. Are you kidding me right now? My keyboard's not working. I can't type the letter V or the enter key. So go there, and basically these videos will walk you through step by step. This one's a step by step how to build the lab. This one's step by step. Like it's all here, right? Like look you can see right here. This is me building the lab. It's a 45-minute video, so the YouTube algorithm doesn't know what to do with this video, but it's literally step by step, Ryan. So you may have already known how to build a SOC lab and get that SOC training, but I just wanted to share that with everybody because I think it's incredibly valuable. Thanks for the question, Scott. It's office hours with Dr. Jerry Guy. I'm a hot mess blend express of Dr. Gerald Auger and Jerry Guy. We're just doing some AMA action, having some fun. I'm answering your questions. We're helping each other out. We're celebrating wins. So if you got some questions, drop them in chat. I'm doing the best I can. Jesse Johnson with some kind words. Simply Cyber changed his life. No joke. All started with a simple challenge. Jesse Johnson, personal friend of mine now. Met him through Simply Cyber. And also a great guy. Mr. Greenread's getting some LOLs from Space Tacos. Let's see what he said. I'm not saying the Kardashians are aliens, but they're aliens. Okay. All right, we're continuing on down the chat stream. You guys are in full force. 96 of you here right now. We crested 100 a few minutes ago. Doing great work. Mod chat, I can't even keep up with you. Kev says, another question coming in. How difficult would the transition be from a senior systems engineer to GRC? It wouldn't be that hard. Kevin, just be aware that senior system engineers, if that translates to introverted and I don't like end users, you may not like GRC. GRC interfaces with the business a lot, right? So if you get frustrated by an end user clicking on stupid stuff, or people, not understanding, like when you're shadowing them on a screen share and you're like, press the up key, press the up key, press the up arrow key. Please press the up arrow. Like if that's going to lose your cool, GRC may not be the best for you. But as far as transitioning goes, dude, you're probably in a better position. One of the key skills that a GRC analyst needs to be able to do is risk assessment. And the way that you properly do risk assessment is to look at a weakness, okay? So you've got a server that isn't patched, right? You look at a weakness, and then you look at what is the likelihood of something exploiting that weakness or that vulnerability. and what would be the impact of that. So it's a lab machine. It's going to get popped. Everybody pops it everywhere, but who cares? It's a lab machine not connected to anywhere. Oh, it's our forward-facing web server of our production environment. Oh, it's Screen Connect. Oh, it's Move It. Oh, it's Exchange Server. Like, that's real bad. As a senior systems engineer, Kevin, you're actually going to be able to bring in that technical acumen to really provide risk assessments. And by the way, I have a computer science background, so I also have a technical acumen to be able to do these conversations. But sometimes you'll tell a sysadmin, hey, like, you've got to fix this. This is a problem. And they'll be like, or you'll be auditing them, and you'll be like, excuse me, this is a problem. They got to do it. And they'll be like, no. It's not a problem because, the flange valve of the diphthong driver for the Linux kernel is absolutely protecting it from the zero ring. And they just make up babble and say crap to you like you don't know what they're talking about, and you're gonna be either intimidated or overwhelmed by the technical jargon, and you're like, okay, I'll just write that down, not a finding. In reality, you can fire back and be like, explain to me what a diphthong driver is exactly. Explain that to me. Or explain to me how a kernel is any different than ring zero. Like, what are you talking about, Kevin? And they're like, oh, I was just messing around. And once they realize you know what you're talking about, well then, it's on like Donkey Kong. All right, I'm going to start going lightning rounds. I'm going to give a couple minutes each question because it's almost 5:30 already. Jesus criminy, how did we do that so quickly? All right, I'm doing lightning round. Ready? 30 seconds. All right, I'm looking for questions here. Lightning round, 30 seconds. Can I start a timer? Is there a way to do timers? Okay, hold on. I'm scrolling. Nick Barker giving love to Eric Capuano's thing, his blog post. Eric McClellan's says I'm doing great. Thanks, Eric. Anyone going to DEF CON this year? Marcus G will be there. Hey, Marcus, just so you know, the Simply Cyber Discord server does have a conference meetup channel in it. Me and the mods are actually talking about cleaning up our the Simply Cyber. Oh, yeah. Okay, tag in. The mods and I have been talking about cleaning up the Simply Cyber Discord server a little. I just got accepted, or not accepted. Jesus. I just got my ticket to Black Hat yesterday, so I'm confirmed for Black Hat. And obviously, I'll go to DEF CON also. All right, hold on, Nick Barker. Good thing I don't have a mod in there. Let's see. Chris Whitlock, 30 seconds. Did you ever get your CSF 2.0 printout laminated? Any additional key takes or potential video plan? Okay, so yeah, listen, I did, for those who don't know, I did do my NIST cybersecurity framework video. I have an editor in the UK that makes it all fancy and fun and stuff, and he was supposed to have it to me today. He messaged me and said he's sick and that he's asking if he can get it to me Friday or over the weekend. So I'm hoping to post it Monday, but I'll tell you what, like, I really did read through all of NIST CSF 2.0. I called out a bunch of interesting changes, and I've made the video, like, the video's two parts. One part, a lot of people are doing what's new in 2.0, but I made the video, what is new in 2.0 and how can you implement NIST CSF? So basically, it's like two videos in one, because what the hell difference does it make if you don't understand how to use NIST CSF, what the changes were, right? And I want this to be accessible to everybody. So I made the video, and like, as I'm going through how you would implement it, if there was something significantly changed in 2.0, at that point I introduce it instead of doing some stupid like, hey, here's a list. Number 1, whoosh, whoosh. Oh, cleaner language. Number 2, whoosh, whoosh. The govern function, right? I will tell you, the absolute belle of the ball, the reason that I wanted someone to call the police because NIST was stealing my heart is what they did to the respond and recover functions. For years, I have felt that the respond and recover functions were basically a shell. Like, they did such a crap job originally it was there, but it was so weak and felt so templated, and like respond and recover were like almost identical. They went full overhaul. Like, if respond and recover were hoarders, like, they drove a dump truck through the house and just leveled it and rebuilt the house. This is not a red line updating and stamp a new date on it. This was a full rip down and rebuild. Respond and recover are amazing right now. Specifically, like Respond, guys, incident response has a very clear workflow. Triage, contain, eradicate, and oh my God, like recover then lessons learned, right? I'm probably getting that a little confused, but basically the whole idea is there is a well-defined incident response process workflow, and they've mapped the whole, not the whole thing, but the incident, the response first family or category inside the incident, the response function is the incident response process flow. All right. People are yelling at me about the time. Why should we all know that the O is top 10? Where can we learn about it? All right, good question. In 30 seconds or less, if you go to simplycyber.io/pivot, you'll get a sheet. You can go right here. I don't know if this is a planted question, Nick, or not, but go to simplycyber.io/pivot, get this cheat sheet, right? And I will tell you right now, if you go right here under the web application section, okay, I have a video right here that explains this section, but this section right here, I cover OWASP top 10 and then Portfolio Academy. And basically, this is the one section in the whole cheat sheet where you should really consume it in this order. I explain exactly, Nick, the answer to that question in this video. So please go grab that. I don't have time to do it in 30 seconds. Anthony P. Hold on, let me do this. BSEC, are you going to jump in here and tag in? Anthony P. I graduated with a bachelor's in computer science. I took another GRC masterclass. Unfortunately, I do not have out-of-school experience. How do we overcome the 1 to 2 year experiences required for entry-level jobs? You got to do a couple things. One, you obviously got to get practical experience. In the GRC analyst masterclass, there are labs you can do. But dude, Anthony, I got the perfect question for you. I've got a video for that, and I just released it. Like last week. Check this out. This is the answer to your question. 100%. Okay. Videos. This one right here. GRC portfolio. You see what I mean? Guys, nothing gives me a bigger sense of like, yeah, awesome, than when I have a video for that. And this video literally just came in hot. Oh, I see. So, what's his face? BSEC's just flexing on me because I'm using an inferior setup than him. All right. Today's the official kick of my cybersecurity audit. There we go, Space Tacos. Everybody, Kimberly can fix it. Hello, Kimberly. All right. Does WASA versus Elastic SIM, which helps understand better regulations and compliance? I don't know if either really helps you understand regulations and compliance. Regulations and compliance are kind of mutually exclusive from SIM stacks. I mean, you can configure a SIM to help with compliance and regulations, but I don't think there's overlap there, Alan. I can't believe this hour flew by. Lewis, hey, after taking the Sec Plus, what do you recommend to land your first cyber job in the cyber arena? Lewis, you need to network with people and you need to get practical hands-on experience. That's what you got to do, bud. That's what you got to do. Education is not enough alone. You need to do practical skills so you can wow them in the interview, and you need to network so you can find out about jobs that haven't been posted or 2,000 other people haven't applied to. All right, Marcus G's out. Later, Marcus. Good to see you. It's a white. What are your thoughts on Kip Boyle and Jason Dion new certs on cyber resilience, CCRF and CCRP? I can't comment on that. I haven't looked at them. I haven't analyzed them. I've had breakfast with Kip Boyle before. Very nice guy, well informed. So I'm sure if he's involved, it's pretty good. But I can't really weigh a subjective opinion without doing some level of analysis. When does registration open for Wild West Hacking? What's up, Christina? Hey, just good to see you, Christina. I don't know if you haven't been in the streams in the morning. I hadn't seen you. So it's good to see you. Wild West Hackin' Fest. When is that opening? That's a very good question. Let me see really quickly. Wild West Hackin' Fest con, I guess. Let me see. So they say, I was trying to cheat and see how they did it last year. You know what I mean? See if they had a calendar for last year and then back into it. So I don't know. I can certainly ask. Actually, you know what, Christina? There's a Wild West Hacking Fest server. If you guys want, I'm going to drop a link in chat. That's the Wild West Hacking Fest Discord server. I bet you if you ask there, they would definitely have the answer. Good question though. I'll be keynoting Wild West Hackin' Fest this year. So if you're interested in Simply Cyber and good times and high fives and cool people, and whatever keynote I'm going to be giving, I don't even know what that is. I'm already a little both excited and anxious about it. Oh, by the way, Las Vegas people, let us know if Abel Baker's where we should go again. If you can take it to the SC Las Vegas channel. People were asking about that. Okay, continuing on. All right. Good to see everybody. Jesse Johnson, Hack the Box versus Try Hack Me. Good question. I am a little biased because Try Hack Me lets me do Advent of Cyber. But you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say I think Hack the Box looks cooler and looks slicker, but I've had better experiences on Try Hack Me. So like if my son came to me and he's like, Dad, I want to learn about cybersecurity, but from anybody but you. And he's like, I'm going to use a platform. Which one should I use? I'm only going to use one. I think I might send him to Try Hack Me. I just think the interface is a little bit more friendly for people that are a little bit more novice. Hack the Box does have a really, you know what? One cool thing about Hack the Box, though, they have a really rich user community that makes custom ranges and stuff. So if community is what you want, Hack the Box. If like ease of interface and, you know, similar learning experiences, at least at the entry level, then Try Hack Me is where I'm at. See, look at me. I'm on a lightning round, guys, and I'm 8 minutes over. Anyone use Gemini yet? I certainly have. It's pretty good. Okay. All right, so Nick Barker says he had 3 different interviews talk about OWASP top 10. Yeah, dude, go, people, watch that video on the Pivot Kit. All right, hey, so Toasty Pops says he wants to do the training, but it's hard to carve out time during the weekdays. Toasty Pops, may I inform you that you can register for it. You can take it as available, and I'm almost positive that they have it available on replay. So if you register for it, you can get it on replay. I'm almost positive. If someone can fact check me on that. So on the website right now, right? On the website, Toasty Pops, it says less than $295, so $0, you get no cyber range access, okay? Which makes sense because the cyber range costs money to operate. For $295, you get access to all this stuff, but you also get 6 months of access to class recordings. I would almost reach out to Anti-Siphon and see if this is in fact not included on the $0 model. And if it's not, then, I mean, technically, yeah, you might not be able to do it, but you could still register and jump in as you can. One thing I will tell you about John Strand's classes, I've taken his active defense and cyber deception class. He does treat them very modularly. So it's kind of easy to like miss something and then join later and still get value. It's not a lot of like, oh, like we learned 3 hours ago, here's what we're going to be doing next. It's not that. It's very modular. So hopefully that helps, Toasty Pops. Also, great job, Toasty Pops, with the Kansas City community. I see you guys in there crushing it. All right. All right, I'm going to keep going. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, see, I'm behind on chat. You guys are already talking about all this. All right, Cyber Hamburger, what'd you miss? Nothing. I was talking about how your LinkedIn feed blew up after the Simply Cyber Community Challenge. It was pretty awesome. Hey, if you live in the Atlanta, Georgia area or the greater Atlanta area, connect with Cyber Hamburglar on the SC Atlanta or Hotlanta channel on the Simply Cyber Discord server. He's doing a lot of great things in Atlanta. What do you think about the secure controls framework and any plans to make a video about it? I did not have plans to make a video about it. Secure controls framework. Let me see what that is. Give me a second. I'm going to pull it up. We're going to do this real time. All right. All right, let's see. Free CSF content, SCF download. All right, let's look at this thing. We'll pull up an Excel spreadsheet. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me do this. Excel, enhance. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Oh, I can't do it until I do this. Do this. Let me do this. Let me get rid of your question. And let's look at this really quickly, okay? I can't zoom in, which totally stinks. All right, so I'm looking at this. I see domain, control number, control description. All right, evidence request. That's pretty cool. Control question. Oh, all right, I see you. And then definitions for level of maturity. Heck yeah, hold on now. And they map it to NIST CSF function. You can see right there in the middle, the blue and the purple. That's nice. Relative control weight. So they're giving you criticality. This is nice. This is like an infographic on steroids, huh? Let's check out what the categories they use are. Let's look at this really quickly. Oh, wait, that's a hot mess. All right, I'm looking here at this. All right, let's look. Oh, my God. Artificial and autonomous tech, asset management, business continuity, IR, IA, HR, endpoint, embedded tech, threat management. Dude, this is pretty sick. I was about ready to eviscerate this thing just based on like what it looked like, but this is pretty dope. I was not going to make a video about this, but this is pretty cool, actually. And there's a lot of resources in here as well. Evidence requests. Oh, these other tabs, you can't see them on stream, but like there's a bunch of tabs on the bottom. I think my Chiron's covering it. There's a bunch of tabs on the bottom, but they're basically, if you use Excel and you want to have like drop-down fields, you have to put them on a different sheet. That's what all those are. So really, those aren't important. This is the important tab. I think this is dope. Thanks for sharing this with me. A video could be good. I mean, you could build a whole program off of just this, right? If you just kind of take the things that are weighted 10 and start there. I mean, CIS 18 is probably easier. And this is an audit worksheet, not really one that you would build a program on. But yeah, nice. SCF for the win. I like it. All right, a couple more questions. Whoever shared that, thanks so much. Larry Ogunmanjo. Love it. All right. Let's see. All right, I got to do the night routine too. Looks like we're just about here. All right, Lydia, I'm trying to get to the end of the comments here. What would you recommend to someone that is in accounting currently but graduated with a bachelor's in computer information systems and wants to get into auditing or GRC? Also, so what I would say is in accounting, I mean, you're setting yourself up already as an auditor, right? So which is a natural function in GRC. So what I would do, Lydia, is, you have a computer, information systems background. I would start, if you want, you could try to look into Certified Information Systems Auditor from ISACA, which I think requires 2 years, but you might be able to find some way that you do have that experience. I would look for professional services jobs doing FISMA auditing, CMMC auditing, or, those are really the two big ones. You might get into HIPAA and stuff like that, but FISMA for sure. If you wanted to move into the DC, Maryland, Virginia Beltway area, there's a lot of work there. San Diego's got some work. Charleston, hello. You could do that. That's what I would do if I was trying to pivot from accounting. Now, Heath Adams, the cyber mentor, he was an accountant and he pivoted into pen testing. So you're not constrained to doing auditing because you're an accountant. Okay, get after it. You got it. All right, Nick Barker. Thank you, Nick. I love. Hopefully, you're talking about the show and not that SCF matrix, but that SCF matrix was pretty fire too. All right. All right, the final question I'm going to answer, I saw it really early in chat from mods. I had the question, who are my favorite InfoSec YouTubers? I really like John Hammond. I know he's like a really popular one, but I think John's videos are really, really well done. They're educational. He delivers nicely. He communicates well. He's got great demos. I love John Hammond's content. I also there's a guy who wears like a mask. I think he's called the Mad Hatter or something like that. I watched a little bit of his videos. He's just entertaining. And then Gary Ruddle, who I'm also friends with, but I felt like this before I saw it. Gary Ruddle has experience with, video production and digital graphics, and you can really tell in his videos. So if you're interested in like aesthetically pleasing videos that also have really, really rich content, Gary Ruddle is an absolute must follow. For sure. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. You guys have been absolutely phenomenal. I really, really appreciate it. Seriously, I really appreciate it so much. This is for everybody. Thanks so much. Solid win, solid office hours. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I know it was different than bringing on an industry guest, but I wanted to do this. And, I do get some liberties to make decisions on what we do with the show. So that's what's up. I hope you have a great day. Thank you, Lydia, Toasty Pops, Alyssa, Mason Wells, Nick Barker, BSEC, Justin Gold, Jesse Johnson, Kimberly Can Fix It, Alyssa, so many great people in chat, Gil, Chris K. Hall, Mr. Green Reads, obviously Taekwon Gong, Nerman earlier with the great questions and the super chats. Thanks, Ryan Scott, James Lynch, Lazaro, again, crushing it out there, Cyber Hamburglar, Christina Paulika representing, Larry with the great question around the SCF. It's a white. So many of you great people in here. Mr. Green Reads, thank you all so very much. I genuinely appreciate it. Hashtag Team SC for the win. You be good, guys. Your chat, I'm Jerry. Until next time, peace out. See you at 8 a.m. Rise and shine early tomorrow morning for our East Coast people. For our Pacific Northwest people, hit the elliptical before the sun comes up, and we'll see you live on stream. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Thanks so much. Stay secure. If you enjoyed that content, keep the cybersecurity train going by connecting with the other Simply Cyber community resources. We have the Discord server that's lively and always keeps the conversation going. You can connect with me directly on LinkedIn. And also every single weekday morning on the Simply Cyber channel, we're doing live daily cyber threat briefings, 8 a.m. Eastern time, as well as Thursday at 4:30 p.m. We're doing live stream interviews with industry experts, and we produce videos that we push out every Wednesday morning. I'm Jerry from